Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes.
Are you Mr. Jim from the YouTube channel Cooking with Mr. Jim? With over 4,000 viewers?
Why, yes, that is me. I am Mr. Jim from the YouTube show Cooking with Mr. Jim. Is there something I can do for you? An autograph, perhaps?
Oh, hell no. You know where the cream cheese is?
I'll eat a.
Thank you.
It's time to cook. It's time to cook with Mr. Jim. With Mr. Jim. It's time to cook. It's time to cook with Mr. Jim. With Mr. Jim.
With over 4,000 viewers?
What? Hey, welcome to episode number 6 of Cooking with Mr. Jim. I'm Mr. Jim. Before we get started on the show, did you notice that opening theme? Let me give you a little backstory behind that. I reached out to my very good friend, Barbara Streisand, and I said, Babs, I'm looking for something, a little jingle to kind of start the show, and I'm wondering if you could go to your recording studio and maybe lay down a track or two. She said, Mr. Jim, I can do that in 5 minutes. Well, it didn't take her 5 minutes, it took her 7 minutes because I rejected the first 2. But again, thank you, Babs. Really do appreciate it. Now, you notice the shirt? This shirt comes to me from a very good friend, Taylor H. in Lannon, Wisconsin. And I'm happy to report that very soon these will be available online for $99 each. Now, on today's show, we are going to be making breakfast sandwiches. But first, I thought it'd be a great idea to start off with letters. We actually have 2 letters this go around, so let me grab these. See what we got here. Put glasses on. Our first letter comes to us from the petroleum industry. Dear Mr. Jim, as senior executives in the petroleum industry, we feel it is our obligated duty to inform you that we find your shows to be very educational and funny on Saturday nights when the boys have some hooch in them. Sincerely, Cross-Eyed Chris, Otis, Drunk as a Skunk Campbell, Larry, Liquid Courage, and Sister Mary Beth Sloshed. They're all from the Fuel Pump Lounge up in Kenosha, Wisconsin. All right, let's move on to letter number 2. This one comes to us from Sean B. in Indy. It says, Dear Mr. Jim, my family and I recently got a dog as a family pet. We're trying to teach you some tricks, but we're not having much luck. I understand you have a dog and you've taught some tricks. What kind of tricks can your dog do? Well, let's take a look. Here she is dusting. And here she is vacuuming. And here she is doing the dishes. Good girl. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be making breakfast sandwiches. And here are the ingredients we're going to be using. So let's get started. We're going to clear an area for our pans. Oh my, this is embarrassing. I meant to remove this before we started recording and oh gosh, well, yes, I won again the neighborhood annual chili cook-off. I believe this is the 11th of 12 years I've won it. It would have been 12 in a row. However, Kim B invited her son and the son's friends. They came over and they stuffed the ballot box, some 40 of them. So yeah, she won it that year. But all right, anyway, let's get started. Okay, the very first thing we want to do is get our skillet nice and warm. And then we're going to start off with some onions. I've got some red bell peppers and some ham. There we go, cut up ham. Just get that going here. Give it a little stir, check on it occasionally, you know. This is going to go for about maybe a minute. That's all it needs, minute and a half, something like that. Okay, now we're going to take our eggs. We're going to crack them. Some people are really good at doing this without getting any eggshells in. So I'm not one of them. All right. Get the eggs. Let's mix them up. They're going to be scrambled eggs, okay? Okay, I got our eggs nice and scrambled. We're going to transfer them over here. In addition, I like to add a little bit of goat cheese. Okay, now that we have everything spread out nice and even, we're going to actually fold this to create a breakfast sandwich. See what we're doing here? Just like that. Next, watch this. We're going to put it in a pan. The pan has oil in it, and we're going to just let this go until it gets lightly brown, and we're going to do it on both sides. We're going to flip. All right, now we got golden brown on one side. Let's get it nice and golden brown on the other. Alrighty, here, ladies and gentlemen, is our finished product. You can add some sour cream. You can add ketchup, whatever you like to go along as a side. Kind of mix it up a little bit. Okay, time now for a little bit of cleanup. Have you guys ever used this stuff? I'm not trying to endorse anything, but my gosh, this works, in my opinion, better than advertised. It really does. I like this Dawn Power Wash. And next, you want to let that soak for about 20-30 seconds. Scrub it, rinse it out, and voila! Look at that. Everybody loves my cooking. Well, that's going to do it for episode 6. Tune in next time when Dawn Power Wash presents Cooking with Mr. Jim.